Husky fans, welcome into episode number 8 of NIU Weekly. I'm Andy Garcia, alongside the Associate Vice President and Director of Athletics at NIU, Sean T. Frazier. And Sean, I hope you and the family are doing well and healthy. And it's here. Maction is here. If you're watching this on Wednesday, we're getting ready for Buffalo. If you're watching this after Wednesday, hopefully everything went well, but also getting ready now for Central Michigan that comes to town next week, Sean. So we've got football that is here. I know you're excited. As we mentioned, a lot of work has gone into it, but Maction is here, and we hope that the fan support, we've seen it with the week of Guinea and Huskies and Best, and now they get to see a little bit of the fruits of what they put their money into, and hopefully see a good game on Wednesday night versus Buffalo and Central Michigan next week.
No question. You know, a lot of work has gone into this. Obviously, COVID has definitely put us through our paces. There's a lot of challenges, lots of challenges that we have, but a lot of hard work. I'm really proud of the staff, really proud of our student athletes' resiliency, and just some great stuff. Just some great stuff overall. The Huskies and Best was fantastic. That's just a lot to be proud of during a time of uncertainty.
Now, your latest Frazier's Corner is out. It's on NIUHuskies.com. What are some of the topics you expressed about in your Frazier's Corner?
Well, the first one is just saying thank you. We blew the cap off of giving in a large way with Huskies Invest, the campaign. Obviously, instead of having an individualized campaign specific to COVID-19 relief, we packed it as a part of what we do normally, which is the right thing to do. TJ Fairbach, our senior associate for development and revenue generation, did a fantastic job, and his team, and just our donors, our supporters, our Husky Nation faithful just really stepped up, understood that we had some shortcomings, that we have some issues financially that we still have to deal with, and they said it loudly with their pocketbook, and we really do. I really appreciate that because we have some significant hurdles, significant challenges, and to be able to break records in number of donors and in dollars is phenomenal. So that's the first thing. And then I wanted to make sure that folks had a good snapshot about our diversity and inclusion efforts and our student athletes who want a voice, who deserve a voice, and we want to support some of the things we've done with their Unity March and just overall what we do as an operation here at NIU. So we talked about that, and then we ducktailed into all things football and basketball. So yeah, it was packed full of informational items, and really proud of everyone that's helped me collect as well as disseminate that back out to the masses.
Again, that's Frazier's Corner. That's on NIUHuskies.com, the latest thoughts from Sean T. Frazier. Also more about that diversity and inclusion, and it's a new award that the MAC has. It's the Give Back Award. It's been given out twice so far, and to no surprise, NIU has won it both times. It just shows you that there's a lot going on more on campus than just athletics and what these student athletes are doing on the field or on the court. It's what they're doing around their community as well.
Yeah, there's no question. It doesn't shock me. Obviously, I'm biased. I love our students. But as far as what they've done locally, regionally, and nationally, sets the tone. We are definitely leaders in this area. Our student athletes are quite vocal about what's right, what's fair, what's a part of the human rights issue, especially the things going on in America. And they want to show that. They want to give back. And they do that collectively amongst themselves. What's so powerful about them is that they are developing that. They are doing that. That's not being prodded by staff or coaches or what have you. It's the collective minds of the student and student athlete leadership that's moving forward with that. So I'm really proud of them. But that's the spirit of NIU. That's what we do here. So it does not shock me, but I'm very proud.
Yeah, it's cool to have the Give Back Award, the new award from the MAC and NIU. It's been out twice, and NIU's won it twice. So pretty cool stuff happening on campus. So, we have football starting, but lo and behold, we've turned the calendar to November, and men's and women's basketball is also here too, Sean. And both teams get their their schedule underway on November 25th, some home games. Again, no fans to start out at the Convocation Center, but you can get the cutouts, be part of the Husky Howl, and looking forward to basketball starting here right after football.
Yeah, it's no rest for the weary. We're going to jam it packed, and it's going to even get more competitive as we kind of roll into the spring. So yeah, we're looking forward to men's women's basketball starting up, and quite frankly, we're really excited about it. Yes, no fans. Yes, it's going to be minimal amount of people as we take a look at COVID and the uptick and some of the things going on relative to our Department of Health. So, we're going to observe those things, but we are totally understanding. If there is an opportunity down the line to have fans, we'll definitely entertain that and review that. But right now, we're in a holding pattern, and we have to make sure we keep people safe.
We're going to let Thomas Hammock have the week off, getting ready for football. But we're going to bring in one of your right-hand guys, very important to NIU athletics, and that is John Cheney, Executive Associate Athletic Director. He does a lot with the facilities and the operations. He joins us now on NIU Weekly. And John, I haven't seen you enough. I'm excited to see you more now as we get some sports going on campus. And I know not only your title as Executive Associate Athletic Director, but also you're the sport administrator for NIU football. So you've seen this team from where it happened in the spring, what happened COVID, to where we are now. Give me your thoughts as we welcome you in. And I know you're just excited to see the guys get out there and hit somebody else, because they've been hitting each other for a couple of months now.
Definitely. No, they definitely are ready to play. And, it's been a roller coaster for everybody involved, since March to really come to what's going to happen on Wednesday. I'll feel much better at 4:00 Wednesday when both teams take the field and everybody's here and everything's going, because there's still a few hurdles to even clear here in the next 48 hours. But, we feel really good that, there's so many people behind the scenes that have done things, from President Freeman, Sean, all the athletic directors, all the presidents, the MAC office, as well as all of our doctors, our athletic trainers. Everybody has really done everything they can to make this happen, and to happen in a safe and very as protected as you can way for our student athletes and our staff. And so, it's great to see that culmination and to see the students rewarded for, they've been great to handle all the challenges that we've thrown at them, from sending them home in March to bringing them back in June to then shutting them down kind of in August, that we weren't going to have the season. And then, being able to bring it back was, something that obviously worked out, and they've been great handling all those different challenges.
And Sean, I'll let you chime in and ask John, because the medical and the health of the players, as you guys have said, is the number one priority. None of this is going to happen if we can't keep the guys safe for football and moving into basketball and the other sports. And Sean, as you mentioned, John's been right there, him, and all the other staff members, just trying to find the right plan. What's going to work? What's going to keep everyone safe as we try to play sports on campus?
Yeah, it's John's been a godsend, to be perfectly honest with you, with liaison to the Department of Health, to dealing with our doctors with Northwestern Medicine, to writing protocols about what the game procedures are going to look like relative to this COVID era of playing football, to being a sport administrator. So yeah, he has multiple hats, and his lovely wife Ann, she's watching this. I'll say that thanks a lot, Ann. I really appreciate the time, because he spends lots of time here, and his beautiful children have an understanding of that too. So yeah, he's in it, and I think the question for John is that what specifically can we expect as we kind of watch, maybe give us some inside tips in the background to watch those who cannot go to the game, obviously, which is the majority of our fans. But give us a little something that you think would be a neat thing to take a look at, or maybe some operational note that you don't mind sharing. That might be a good way to kind of see the man behind the curtain, so to speak. And you're the man behind the curtain. So help us a little bit with that insight.
No problem. No, it's going to be different for game day. It's a very secure sideline. Even unfortunately, we had to move Andy over into the east stands to do his job from up top. There's going to be photographers over there. ESPN is testing their entire crew. You've got the officials that are all going through a testing protocol. We're screening all of the staff that, like the chain gang, the red hat, who's the guy who tells us when a TV needs to take a timeout, or the instant replay person. You'll see them. They'll probably have two different headsets, one to give the official and one for them, rather than taking theirs off and giving it to people. So, we've really been digging down into the finite details of how do you do this without transmission of the virus, or at least minimize it as much as you can. The players hopefully will not notice that much of an impact on them as far as being able to play the game, but on the sidelines, all those different things, coaches have to have their masks. Players are supposed to wear masks if they're not in the game. Even running out of the tunnel will be a little bit different because there's not going to be anybody there to greet them and, those type of things. And so we're still going to have the inflatable tunnel. We'll still have this, the music and the intro video and all those type of things. And then, shortly after this taping, I have to go over and we're going to go through the sound of the crowd noise and those type of things. It's all, you're pumping it in, but it's still trying to make it a positive game atmosphere for the student athletes. And, we'll have our cutouts. The Husky fans came through for those. We have over 200 cutouts that we'll be putting up on tomorrow afternoon, I think, and some things. And so, we've got a lot of things that we've been able to put in place, but we're definitely going to miss our Husky faithful and the Husky Stadium home team advantage that we get with them.
Yeah, like you said, where I'm at, I'm more than willing to move wherever I have to if we're going to have football and get it on the radio, right? As long as we've got football, you can put me anywhere you want. At least I can see, right? I've got a great shot. So, yeah, I have no problem with that. And anything to kind of keep everyone safe and strong has been the number one mission. As you're watching NIU Weekly, Andy Garcia alongside Sean T. Frazier and John Cheney, the Executive Associate Athletic Director at NIU. Because, John, part of your job is not just with football now, but it's also operations, facilities. So you're not just worried about Husky Stadium. You're worried about, Convocation Center and where some practices for all the teams. So how have you been able to just kind of get into that and dive in and kind of just work with all the facilities and try to keep that as healthy as possible?
Yeah, no, I mean, again, our staff has been incredible. We've come up with some creative ideas and flexibility. We have a makeshift weight room. We took some of to help space out equipment over in the Jordan Center weight room. We took some equipment out of there, brought it over to the Convocation Center and set it up on the track. And then some of those teams that are usually housed over here, men's and women's basketball in particular, and maybe volleyball, some of the other sports that utilize the Convocation Center more frequently or have their locker rooms here, then use the weight room over here. But that also means our sports performance staff has to come over here. So Zach Cahill and his whole staff has done a great job of doing that. And, you have to clean between every group and all these different things that our custodians have done a great job. They've come through and, everybody just has picked up the slack where, we just had to implement so many different things. And, there's pauses. So some teams can't come in, some teams can come in. Some individuals can come in and do workouts, but they can't as a team, those type of things. So managing all that, managing the schedule, our coaches all are working very well with each other, trying to accommodate, when students either have online classes or in-person classes or those type of things. And, Anton Goff, he's our new Senior Associate Athletic Director for Academics and Student Services. And he came in probably 3 weeks before we shut down for COVID. And so he hasn't even met some of our staff yet, just because we haven't all been in the same room in the same meeting yet. But, he's had to do incredible things with online tutoring and in-person small groups. And he and his staff, have even broken into teams to make sure that they work 2 weeks in the office and then 2 weeks remotely, so that they don't have, nobody gets shut down because of a contact tracing or everybody gets sick or those type of things, because we still have to obviously provide our services for the student athletes. So it's really just finding all those little niches that we can, trying to find ways to get everybody what they need and how they need it. It's similar to winter workouts where you're pretty much sundown or up to sundown that some facilities are being used, and just finding ways to get those clean throughout the day, or find ways that really allows us to get everybody's needs met.
I'll ask one more question, Jenny. Again, I'll let you go. I know you're busy. I want you to have everything prepared, ready for us when we get there, Husky Stan. But no, we appreciate the time. I guess, are some of the things you guys doing now, and Sean, you can kind of jump on this too, are some of the things you guys doing now to prevent some of the COVID and some of that, could we see that be around in 2021, 2022, when we get back to hopefully will be normal game day activities, game day practices? John, I'll let you start.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, a lot of the things are common sense personal hygiene issue, just, wash your hands, social distance, cover your mouth when you cough, that kind of stuff. That's things you and I and Sean have all taught our kids, since they were little. So, you're trying to reinstitute that. And I think society-wide, that's going to probably be, pretty significant moving forward, and hand sanitizer and all those different things. Hopefully at some point we won't have to necessarily wear the masks and socially distance, and we can get back to some of those other kind of events that are large gathering and that kind of stuff. Definitely the cleaning and the awareness of, your surroundings and some of those type of things, I think everybody has a heightened sensitivity to, and that's probably a good thing, just because after this virus, there'll still be something in the future that would require, society to pay attention to. And so I think all that'll move forward, but hopefully in a way that everybody can still, you don't want it to be the new normal, what we're doing, but the normal incorporates some of what we've been doing the past 5 to 6 months.
It's crazy, Sean. We got to kind of go through these precautions, and John's talked about them and get everything ready, but hopefully we're all set for Wednesday night as football starts, and moving forward, the other athletics and the other schedules and everything can move forward as scheduled, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yes, no question. It's a lot that will have gone into this. There's always a significant undertaking when you put on a game, period. Now you throw in COVID, you throw in some of these other things going on and mandates and other types of things happening, and now you really have a complex situation. What can go wrong will go wrong, but we can mitigate the process. I have really good faith in John, obviously, in his team, and then obviously all the folks that were mentioned. They've been around enough to understand that there will be some things that we just can't control. I think the biggest issue is that we're going to really miss the fans. We really do appreciate that. They do make a difference, and that's going to be something that we're going to have to deal with. And then the other issues too, just keeping people safe. The whole issue about social distancing, washing your hands, and doing all those types of things. We're seeing some unprecedented uptick in COVID-19 right now, and keeping people safe is a key and fundamental thing that we're trying to concentrate on. So yeah, there's going to be some things going on, but we're going to do our best and put our best foot forward to make sure that we make it happen.
You guys are doing everything great. You're trying to do it at the top-notch level, keep everyone safe and strong, and looking forward to the product on the field Wednesday night at Husky Stadium. The Huskies taking on Buffalo. John, appreciate the time. I don't want to hold you up any longer. Go get the volume ready. Go get the cutouts all set up, and I can't wait to see you out there on Wednesday night.
Sounds great. Look forward to seeing you, Andy.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
That's John Chaney, the Executive Associate Athletic Director, NIU, and your right-hand guy. And you got some good ones, Sean. You know how to pick them. I'll say that. You got a good crew, all right? I'll say that to you. Okay?
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it.
I want to wrap things up. A couple of just reminders. If you haven't gotten the new NIU Huskies mobile app on your phone, download it. I did it the first day it was out. It's got schedules, rosters. It'll keep you updated. You can listen to the radio broadcast on that app. So get that. Download the NIU Huskies mobile app. It's free. Also on YouTube, where you're watching this, there'll be a live pregame show 45 minutes before the NIU Buffalo game. It's the NIU Football live pregame show right here on YouTube. You're going to hear from coaches, alumni, warm-ups, special features. You're going to hear from Bill Baker, Mark Lindo. They'll give it like a scouting report. That's all going to be on the pregame show right here on YouTube Wednesday night, starting 45 minutes before kickoff. And Sean's already mentioned it a little bit, but a huge thank you and support goes out for the fans with Huskies Invest, the campaign. We mentioned the week of giving too, Sean. I mean, you mentioned it. A huge thank you to everyone out there. Again, you can always donate. There's always opportunities to donate. Sean's telling you and nods his head. If you want to donate, if you want to help out the programs in NIU, there's opportunities. NIUHuskies.com. That's where you should start. And Sean has said it. I've seen it firsthand. And as Sean mentioned, more donors than any other time. A lot of money. We appreciate that. And if you haven't donated yet and you want to, HuskyAthleticFund.com or 815-753-1923. We're ready for football. NIU Buffalo on Wednesday night. Then after that, next Wednesday night, Central Michigan, getting ready for basketball on its way. And we'll keep you updated and give you the latest here on NIU Weekly. And that'll wrap up episode number 8, Sean. It was great to talk to John, kind of behind-the-scenes guys you mentioned, trying to get everything situated, you and your staff. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we can see a lot of activities start to kind of build up at NIU.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is going to be good. And, it's good. It's about that time, right? It's about that time to get into it. I know we didn't have a season like we thought, but nonetheless, we have a season coming, and it's going to be here. So I appreciate it, Andy. Thanks a lot for all you do. Please stay safe, and God bless you. Go Huskies.
I look forward to you on Wednesday night. Socially distance, but I'll see you on Wednesday night.
You got it, brother.
Sean T. Frazier and John Cheney. I'm Andy Garcia saying thank you for watching NIU Weekly. We'll talk to you next week. Go Huskies.